What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark with the Bettor Mark, and let's get into the college basketball plays for Saturday, March 2nd. This is a slate, a lineup with a lot of marquee games. I got 5 best bets I'm going to be giving you guys. We're going to go over a little bit of the recap, as well as go over that exciting giveaway that I'm going to be running here on the channel. So make sure you guys are all subscribed down below. Smash that like button as well, and let's get down into the plays, okay? But first, let's recap what I did basically 2 days ago. Able to go 2-1 in college, within the college ranks. And I had a 4-1 win-loss within the NBA as well. But this is one, guys, where I took the day off yesterday. Had it, long story short, on an antibiotic, a little bit cloudy. Just wanted to take the day away from sports gambling. But now we are back at it, full gear. I love college basketball Saturdays. This is one we're going to be watching basketball basically from noon to midnight and beyond. Okay, so make sure you guys all stick around to the end of this video, and let's get into that contest giveaway. I'm going to have it pinned down below in the poll section of my YouTube homepage, as well as I'm going to have it pinned to my X account on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away a jersey of your choice. All right, now nothing crazy, nothing to get into the the authentics, the Mitchell and Nesses, just your standard jersey, within reason, for any of your teams, any of your players that you guys all like. But there is some criteria. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to follow me on YouTube. Okay, subscribe on YouTube. Also, you have to go follow me on X, on Twitter. And guys, if you don't have an X, then message me directly on YouTube. But this is one where, guys, I'm going to be talking about it in every one of my videos, and we're going to let this run until the tournament kicks off in March. And then I'm going to give away a jersey to one of my followers. But what you have to do is you have to go on X, you have to follow me on there, share it with a couple people, 2 to 3 people if you can, and also, guys, retweet it, and that's where I'm going to be looking for all of those, and that's how I'm going to collect the entries. And then we're going to do a live randomization on the channel, like I said, right before our March Madness kickoff show, probably on Selection Sunday, honestly, is when I'm going to wrap it up. So those are the criteria, but let's get into tonight's plays when we look into the college basketball slate, because, guys, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. This is one where we look into some of the big games. We see a rematch between Alabama and Tennessee. That'll be an official play. We're going to get into Villanova-Providence, a win-and-in situation for Villanova, possibly. Some of the games in the SEC. And, guys, let me know down below in the comments. Do you guys firmly believe the SEC is the best conference in college basketball? That's kind of been the chatter and the banner going on with a lot of people, is that proves to be correct. And that's something where we look into handicapping March Madness. These are all data points. We're collecting that data, and more so with the Big 12, with the SEC. How many teams are going to get in? It's going to be very fascinating to watch. Kansas, Baylor, I got an official play in that. Going against some of my trends where I like to take some of the smaller, lower handle games that we can really read between the numbers. But this one, guys, I'm going to have 5 plays, and they're going to feature a couple of those games that you probably don't even know who the mascots are for the teams, and that's how I like it. That's my bread and butter. But also, guys, we're going to be featuring a lot of the marquee games. This is an action-packed Saturday. I hope you guys are all strapped up, ready to roll. But then another one to just point out for you guys, Gonzaga. We're going to have a lean and an indication within the Gonzaga-St. Mary's game. Another win and possibly in format. That's what it's been being hyped up as. We'll see if that proves to be true. But that's another game that we have penciled on the card. Oregon, Arizona, Marquette, Creighton. Excuse me, I'll have a play in that one. And then we're going to get into a couple other big ones, guys, because I will give you guys my 5 best bets and then a couple leans along the way where we break down some of the other featured big games on this slate, okay? But first, let's get into one of the lesser-known games, if you will. One where, guys, this is with the Montana State Bobcats, Eastern Washington Eagles. This is a rematch of sorts. We're seeing this number creep up to 11. Guys, I still like it at 11. I got to be honest with you. This is one where this is just a sheer revenge spot, okay? And I see this game being possibly a blowout criteria. It's meeting my numbers when it suggests that. We're looking at taking basically a rematch spot in which that Eastern Washington lost 70-60 going on the road, taking on Montana State. We're going to be taking Eastern Washington, laying the 11. If you can find a 10.5 out there, fine, take it. But lock it in. Eastern Washington right now, that's where we're going to be taking 2 teams in opposite directions, 17-10 against the spread, and straight up for Eastern Washington. I just love this number. I'm telling you guys, I think this is one where I see Eastern Washington winning by extreme margin, possibly even 20-plus points in this contest. I just think the spread's a little bit too low because of that first contest. So lock it in, Eastern Washington, -11. Next, guys, let's get into one of the bigger games on the card. This is going to be what we look into Kansas going on the road, taking on Baylor Bears. Okay, now this is where Baylor, guys, look at them. 64% cover team, 16-9-2, 8-5-1 at home. A very good home cover team. Okay, now this is one where we look into some of the handicapping that went along with the first matchup. Okay, look at Baylor. They're laying 5.5. I think sometimes you're going to be seeing 6s out there throughout the Saturday, but McCullough is going to be out from all accounts for Kansas. That's where he had, I think, 21 points, 20-plus points in the last contest, and Baylor turned over the basketball, I believe, at a huge number. Okay. Very unlikely, very uncharacteristic. This is definitely where the home teams, and you're going to see this trend with all my picks today. This is where you're going to see the home teams prevail in these revenge spots. Definitely like Baylor. We're going to be locking it in. Baylor -5.5. Book it. That'll be my second play. Okay. And then next, guys, this is one we're going to look to go into a very similar kind of game where we look at taking Duquesne. Okay, so Duquesne going on the road into George Mason. We look at George Mason, 15-12 against the spread, 17-10 straight up. This is one where we're seeing a lot of the betting splits, a lot of the money flowing in on George Mason. So we're going to be taking another home favorite. We're going to lock in the Patriots of George Mason, -3.5. Okay, -3.5. In another recovery spot where we see them taking care of business. This is a different team than we've seen from George Mason, and this is more so a fade against a Duquesne squad that is just not in form. Seen them lost a lot of games this season. Watch a lot of Duquesne that they lost to lesser opponents. Okay, and this is where I really think this is where the number's wrong. I think George Mason is going to completely annihilate Dayton, but hey, could be wrong. This could be the right number, but I still think even at 3.5, they get it done and cover at home. So that'll be my third play. Okay, and then we're going to go out to what we look into Marquette. Okay, and this is where Marquette is going to play Creighton. And we look at this game, guys. This is going to be a play on the over. Okay, we look at this, and I have it up on your screen, and this is one where it jumps off the page at me. Look at the last matchup, okay, and this is set basically the game log right now, but this is the last matchup where we can scroll down and we can see, okay, let's see the Creighton game, 67-72. So we got there with a total under 154, covering that under at a total of 139, all right? Now, why is that important? Well, if you look at all the other contests, guys, and we're going to scroll up on your screen a little bit, these are games where we look at the game logs, and you can see, look at these totals, 69-91, 64-88, 71. These games are all flying over 150. It's something where we look at the last matchup for Marquette and Creighton, and Marquette, guys, they fly over the number, and Creighton is shooting the basketball at a very, very good clip. They're more of an under team. We see some of those totals, 64-85, 66-80, and these are the Creighton numbers when we look at these games. But, guys, they're still covering over the 150 number at a huge amount of time. And it's something where we look at this, guys, and I have the over-under betting trends, and we look at this game very much an under team. But we're going to be taking kind of a contrarian play. I really like the over in this game. Something where we look at this matchup, guys, they're like I said, the first time they matched up, they went to the under 154, and I think this is at 149.5. If you can get it under 150, this is going to be a play for the over for me. It's just kind of a gut feel that both of these teams are going to be in the 70, 80 range, and we're going to get 150 and beyond, okay? And then lastly, we're going to get to my last official play, another home revenge spot. We're going to be going basically into the Roll Tide State of Mind this evening. Probably my favorite game I'm going to be watching this evening. If I can stay up for the next one that I'm going to talk about, then sure, that we'll give that one the crown. But guys, this is one where we look at Alabama 18-10 against the spread. We saw midweek really get some momentum in the second half against Ole Miss, coming back from down 12. And this is one where Bama was blown out on the road, 71-91, losing that game. Okay, and this is one where Tennessee in this revenge spot, going on the road. 33% cover team on the road. I think the Alabama faithful are going to return the favor. Home field advantage has been a monumental determinant within the SEC play, as well as a lot of college basketball primetime games. So that's why we're going to continue the trend. We're going to continue the trend with Alabama at home, -2.5. I think we might see some public money come on Tennessee. This number might go down to 2, but right now, locked in, -2.5. A game I'm super excited for. Love watching Alabama play. They shoot the ball a lot better from 3 from behind the arc at their home court. And that's something where I look for them to defend home court and return the favor of the beating that they took against Tennessee last time out. So that's kind of what we got going on. I want to share with you guys the last and final game that we're going to be talking about. This is not an official play. This is going to be a lean, but this is one where it's another win and in scenario for one of the best games when we look into kind of how the Gonzaga-St. Mary's contests always end up being. This is one where this is kind of like, it's always a championship game in their conference, respectively. It's always, which one of these teams are going to go farther in the tournament. It's just a big rivalry game, okay? St. Mary's hosting Gonzaga, and I think Gonzaga, we've seen this number kind of creep down a little bit, opening at 2.5. You can get St. Mary's -2.5. I know a lot of people are on St. Mary's, covering 4 out of their last 5. Gonzaga seems to be trending in opposite directions. Will they get into the tournament? That's probably the biggest question of today. But guys, we look at this contest, and I truly don't want to make a play in this. I think I'm going to enjoy this game, but it's one where I see Gonzaga. I see some value. If you can find 3 points out there taking Gonzaga, that's one where I like that. But I'm also not opposed to laying the 2.5 with St. Mary's because, guys, they are balling, and this is a lesser-off Gonzaga team going on the road that, quite frankly, I don't think they're going to have a shot in the tournament at all to repeat as they did in prior years. So that's just a lean, pretty much coin flipping, but I wanted to highlight this for my coverage because I know a lot of you guys are going to be wanting to play this game, especially out on the West Coast, loving some of these time zone differences. But here on the East Coast, something where we're not privy unless you're able to stay up on a Saturday night after a long week. But love it. Love Saturday college basketball. Make sure you guys, like I said, all participate in the contest. What you're going to have to do is a couple things. I'm going to have details on my X page pinned to the top, but you have to subscribe on YouTube, okay? You have to go follow me on X, and you have to go follow the instructions that there are pinned to the top of my page on X, and that'll basically get it done from that contest standpoint. And go win yourself a jersey. Why not start March Madness with one of the hottest threads out there? You can get. I'm going to be offering any sport just within reason. Obviously, guys, we'll do that and randomize it live on a stream. That's kind of what I wanted to do for you guys, just to kick off the March Madness. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun stuff on the channel. Thank you guys for all being part of the team and subscribed here on YouTube to the Bettor Mark. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Let's go cash some tickets.